Okay, so what are you guys doing now? You're leaving?
I go to the high priestess and I say, she appointed me her mouthpiece, and she said she wants this place mopped up before she gets back. Completely.
We would have to have her extension of authority come from her directly.
Okay, that's on you.
No, that would be on you.
No, it's on you. If you don't do it, that's fine. I'm out of here. I warned you. Don't forget the words I said. When she comes back, you'll remember that.
And don't forget the words I said.
You can't forget mine. Let's go.
Don't nobody know how the life will go. If you listen close, though, you can hear the dice roll and the characters narrating everything as they go. So let it go, let your imagination flow.
Playing games with strangers, chasing dreams into new adventures, rolling dice around their tables, fighting nightmares, facing dangers.
All right, so you guys head back to town. Where are you going in town?
Yeah, we are going to Nick's.
You come to Nick's. Did I describe what Nick looked like yet?
Yes.
Kind of. In orc.
Do any of us remember it? Not much.
Personality change deal.
Before we go in, Zelene, did it work? Just say it. Yes or no, did it work? The mouse thing.
Did
it work? Just say yes or no. What comes to mind? What comes to your mind when I ask you the question?
Chicken sandwich?
No. Did it work? Yes or no?
I don't know. Why do you have to ask me hard questions?
It's not hard. What's the first word that comes to your mind when I say the question?
Zelene, before you answer that, roll an insight check for me, please.
Okay. 7.
The word that comes to mind is parent.
Yes or no?
Just parent.
All right. Everyone hang on to this. She might be a prophetess. This is her first test.
Highly unlikely, but infinitely usable.
But you don't understand. I was just one of the many at the temple. This isn't right. This isn't normal.
Who said being a prophet is normal?
I've met plenty of person in my travels, and my brother's travels, that claim to be a prophet who is just a normal...
Gentlemen.
Are
we here for the item?
Here for pickup.
No, we came just for a chat, you know.
Oh, well. Great, because I just
Nick, we're here for
done...
the item.
Oh. Okay. Well, here we go, and he brings out this slightly dried husk of a rat that has been stapled back together. You know, I apologize, Everline, but it's had fairy wings stapled to the back of it. It comes just kind of shuddering out like a those really flappy white butterfly moth things you see in the early summer evening. It has that kind of a flight pattern as it comes out. And Nick goes, I had to channel a fae into it to make it operate, but it should do the trick.
What happened to the fae?
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No, we channeled the fae, like it exists in it now.
Was it an agreement?
Everline is going to hide behind Ebb.
Well, was this an agreement, or was it a, forced sort of thing?
I don't make agreements, I just do. That's what you do in necromancy.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting view.
This was what you asked me. This is what you asked me to do.
No, it's what you suggested, actually.
Well,
I can kill it and make it and put it back the way it was.
No.
Don't kill anything. Is it okay?
Did it work?
It kind of flutters around. It goes,
it talks.
Hey, buddy.
Mama Ebb, I don't feel safe anymore.
That's okay, dear. You'll come right here.
That voice. Half decomped rats flitting around you, Ebb, and he goes, was that voice you, man?
I'm gonna need you to take 2 little steps back there, buddy.
I do not walk.
Well then, flap your wings and go the other way.
Who was that voice?
Who are you asking? Okay, listen, we're here for you.
Sounded like someone I used to know.
Well, that's not the tune of that song.
Which voice were you curious about?
The one talking to Mama Ebb.
What was your name before you were this? Just curious.
I don't recall.
Okay, but you can recall, alright.
Can you remember, like, the mousy parts of your life?
I'd like to just snatch it and put it in my bag and close the top.
With a squeak, it goes into your bag.
Okay.
Recalling the implications of this and what we originally got this process done for, Jura is going to say, I think the less we talk, the better, and we're strapped for time. So actually, why don't the rest of you, especially you, Zelene, go grab a drink, and me and Ebb will just return the mouse to the circle and take care of business there.
I'd rather stay with Mama Ebb, man.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
If that's okay.
Yeah, we're just going to be not talking with our magic.
No. Yeah, our magic is just, it's there for a reason, and,
Does that mean you two are going to Perdue and we're just...
No. It's just...
No. You can all come. We'll just, you can, yeah. All right, let's
Zelene,
go.
Don't invest in necromancy in the
Yeah.
future. Perhaps.
At least not learning from Nick. No offense to Nick, but
Why not?
perhaps we should have some morality and ethics behind our magic, even when it's necromancy.
Dead.
No, not anymore, because it's necromancy.
No, because necromancy.
Whoever came up with this idea, this was a terrible idea.
I think this was your idea, my man.
I know.
That's the point.
He'll say this hush to Ebb. I sort of just thought he was going to just reanimate the creature and not put something else's life in it. So then when we put it in the circle, it dies.
Yes, I'm with you 100%. Well, but we're here now, and I would prefer to think about this less. Okay.
Verlina's just hiding in Ebb's hair.
Don't necessarily. Ebb also does not whisper as well as Jura, so that voice just carries.
Just everywhere.
All right, so Ebb and Jura, you're going to do a thing, fix the skin situation, and we can...
We're gonna open the portal, and you can follow us there. Just perhaps don't be... It's sensitive magic, so I think you can stay cast, but just the less people over there observing the actual process, the better, I think.
Okay, I mean,
Let's go, then.
I won't look at nothing. I'm just hiding, my dude.
I need everybody to make a perception roll.
Oh my...
22.
14.
18.
18.
13.
9.
22.
This is going to be so good. Basically, everybody except for Everlane heard a small voice come from Mama Ebb's leather satchel as it says, I swear I hear my daughter, man. Let me out.
What?
I'm just hiding in Mama Ebb's hair, okay? She has them cool dreads.
Wait.
I'm just there.
Did you hear that? I asked Zelene, did it work? She said parent. And now that thing from the bag is saying, I hear my daughter.
I'd like to submit, though, that it couldn't even remember its own name. So I'm not sure that we could really count on the fact that it remembers.
And I just said a
else's.
word, so I don't know. I
Well,
don't
I
think
think the person who should judge if it's a father or not would be the daughter. Correct?
It doesn't matter if the daughter's here or not. All that matters is what just happened.
Everline, I'm just curious. You
Yeah.
told us about Master Siafra, and I just love learning more about my friends. Is he your father?
Oh no. My mom and my dad both, they didn't want me. Master Siafra just takes care of me.
Okay, then I'm good carrying on with what we were doing. Let's go.
So you're not going, right?
I mean, is that the most responsible thing, though? Like, maybe...
There's a lot of things that have happened the last 2 days that I wouldn't call responsible.
I would definitely agree.
Do we
You know
want
what?
to take this back and have it channeled into something again?
Is that
Because
how-
I feel like...
Would that fix it?
I don't think so. I'm gonna go with probably not the way that Nick does magic.
Okay, I trust your insight on things. So, as you were,
Well,
Sure.
now I feel like we have to. Yeah, well, I don't know. What do we ask? Everline, the last time you saw your father, how old were you?
To my knowledge, I've never seen my father.
Oh, okay.
Me neither.
what's something that you know that only your father would know? Like, think it. And now, I don't know how this would work.
I don't know if anybody would know how this works.
Wait a minute. Only your dad might know what color your eyes are, right? No, I can see your eyes.
We could all just look at those.
I know.
What's
I thought
your
about
middle
it after the
name?
fact.
Indeed, if this is my dad, I'd be interested to know his name.
Would you like to go talk to the rat in my bag?
No.
Okay. What would you like
most
us to do?
definitely not my dude.
I'll say this is your call.
I don't know.
Would you like to have a relationship with this rat?
I mean, that's it. That is fair.
Relationship aside, what are we going to do with this rat? This rat is going to its death.
Yes,
Its
yeah.
way.
No, I could
Well, to be
cure
fair, it was still
wounds.
alive. You know, it wasn't it Hedwig or whatever?
Did the
his name was?
teleportation circle kill the mouse, John?
I could keep it from dying, but Jura said not to use necromancy.
I will put it like this. If you had a regular being to put into the power source, no, it wouldn't kill the thing, but you're crossing the streams here, so you aren't certain how any of this is going to work. Because this is basically like using a battery that was made in somebody's tool shed to power your lawnmower, sort of stuff.
Okay. If it doesn't kill him, it's gonna be extremely unpleasant for him.
I mean, am I truly responsible?
It's safe to say none of us are responsible for this. No one bears any responsibility here
No
for
one
this
at
idea. No
all.
one.
No
But do
one
we
at
bear
all.
the
Except for Nick. Maybe
culpability?
Nick.
Because that's the real question. I don't have any attachment to the person if he is my dad, other than DNA.
Also
But
fair.
Here's the honest truth. We all use people in some way or another, and this is just another case of it happening.
No,
Well,
we
that's
don't.
a dangerous line of logic there.
Oh, it's just the way the world is.
But no. The whole purpose is to help each other.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
no,
we
the
do
whole
want-
purpose
yeah.
is to help yourself. I'm just saying.
Sometimes helping others means killing people.
Well, no, I wouldn't. That's not.
That-
No.
That is
that doesn't
totally.
sound right, my
No.
dude.
We are starting to go down some very slippery slopes for convenience, and I'll
There
admit
is
I was
not.
the first person to do it. I'll admit that I was going to ignore this, but can we just perhaps stop and interrogate this clearly
You hear
this combination of
You hear from the bag just a voice shout out, "She has an hourglass-shaped birthmark underneath her hairline, just on the top of her neck."
He's becoming more articulate.
I think he's more of a prophet than me.
I'm gonna pull him out of the bag and hold him up.
And I'm just gonna sink into your dreads.
Okay, what's your deal?
Am I right? Is my baby here?
I'm giving him a little shake and say, "What's your deal? How long have you been not whatever you were before?"
I'm sorry, having my existence being pulled out of one reality into another kind of...
Well, it's the same reality. It's just a different body. I would think so.
Plane. He said he pulled something out of the Feywilds, which is a different plane.
Oh, he just kidnapped you right out of your home, huh?
Oh. Terrible situation. I do have one quick question, though. Does that mean that if that body's destroyed, your essence just goes back to your home plane?
Why would I know?
Okay, sorry.
We could find out.
It was a good question, though. It really was a good question.
I'm in a male body of a different species, and you want me to explain how I got here?
Oh wait, so you're not the dad.
Mother,
I do not identify as...
All right, well, ma'am, clearly we have a situation here. Let's do what we probably should do and go confront this simultaneously incompetent and brilliant necromancer who, instead of just reanimating a mouse corpse, ripped the soul out of a fairy and put it into the mouse's body. I don't know why he did that.
That sounds terrible.
Lunatic, but...
Just a fairy, huh?
Well, what are ya?
It's a mouse.
Well, yeah, we know. Yes, I know what it is now, Zelene. I meant prior.
Oh.
It just shakes its head.
Do you have any of the mousy memories, though? I mean, that's what we did this for, is to get the mousy memories. Do you have any of those?
I have both.
Oh, that's gotta be awful confusing.
Albeit that of being a mouse is very, very foreign to me, as that was not my life.
So you were or you weren't a fairy?
I am a fairy.
Yes, you are. You okay? But then you said just a fairy. So were you something else too?
Probably a fairy queen.
I am the princess of fairies.
Oh, called it.
Well, shoot.
Everlyne's gonna pop up just a little bit more and be like, "Say what?"
I guess it's time we go confront Nick, because this seems like a problem, and we should probably put her back.
I can't help feeling a small amount of responsibility here.
You know, I would like to say that I think there's probably a better way to get to this very real place of Pan Perdue.
Oh no, it exists.
Okay.
He remembers. She remembers.
Yeah.
She has his memories of the place.
Well, yes, and I've been there.
How do you get there? You could take us there.
A likely story.
Wait, as the mouse or as you?
Yes.
Oh, well, this will work just swimmingly then. If we put you back, can you tell us how to get there? Can you tell us how to get there before we put you back? Let me explain the situation so it makes more sense.
Again, let me just throw... this is a very real and important question, and when you can answer that, I can answer your question. Why would I know that?
Well, you just said you'd been there, so I assumed you got there somehow.
Right, but why would I know that I can answer you if I get put back as
I just mean, could you tell us now and we're going to go have Nick put you back?
I mean...
Because once we put you back, we're not sure we can talk to you anymore.
Wait a second.
It's in the Fey. If you put me back, I don't know if I could tell you how to get there.
Again, you're mixing up the order of this. It's in the Feywild. That's where we're starting.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
In the Feywild. Could you just paint me a picture of where it might be?
You are aware that the Feywild is a very large place.
Yeah, so is this continent, but I could tell you a town.
Could you just take us there? Can we go with her? Him? Her?
See, well, if we just have to get to the Feywild and then find our nice friend, we can find someone that can get us to the Feywild.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Bring me my daughter to the Feywild, and then you shall have...
Well, that's your daughter's choice, but...
That is my deal.
Okay, well, I mean, whether or not she wants to go is her choice.
Eveline, do you want to do this? Are you comfortable with this?
She is here, then!
Well, you just let the cat out of the bag.
The mouse.
Yeah.
Where
I'm not
are
supposed
you?
to say anything. There's
Where
a lot going
you,
on.
my love? Eveline, are you here?
You know what? Is this really your mum? I mean, I'm awfully suspicious here. I mean, this this rat thing could be saying anything.
You know, it does strike me as well that someone was just trying to kill you.
I have never laid hands on you.
Is that because you gave her up for adoption? Is that why?
It's just that when we met you, someone was trying to kill you, so it's entirely possible that what this person is saying is just information they know.
Exactly. This could be an assassin.
Yeah.
I mean,
How did
Go on,
how did
Dora.
he do this to you? I'm sorry, how the heck?
Why would I know?
See, that seems wrong.
Is Nick the Necromancer a particularly powerful purveyor of the arcane?
This seems like the slapdash work of someone who thinks they know what they're doing, but they don't.
Well, when I went to him, I didn't think he'd be capable of this, that's for sure.
I'm just thinking, I think we could maybe trust the mom side of this mouse thing, because if the plan was to, be an assassin, the plan was all hinging on getting merged with a mouse and getting pulled out of fairyland. I don't think that this is an assassination attempt.
I guess that's true.
If you are an assassin, you are really bad at it.
Or really good at it. This plan is really good.
Okay, well, Eb's just going to turn around and start walking towards Nyx.
Hey,
I'm with you. And I pull out my short sword.
Well, let's put that away. We're going to talk.
Everlene's gonna, kind of shimmy down closer to Eb's ear and be like, my dude, ask her when my birthday is.
Oh, yes, I'll lift the rat up towards my face again. When is Everlene's birthday?
She was born in July of the court of summer.
Everlene's gonna just
I
fall
put the rat
out,
down.
fall out of your hair.
Oh, I'll catch you in the other hand.
Flapping. I'm not okay, my dude. We can go to the Feywilds.
what did you say?
I'm okay with that.
You don't look okay.
I'm not. But I'm okay with that.
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, you can be not okay and okay at the same time.
Most definitely.
I believe it. It's your mom. This is a beautiful thing. And
I don't know if
Zelene,
I thought it
you
was
prophesied
particularly-
this.
No, I didn't.
Oh yes,
Yes.
you clearly did.
Yes, you did.
You did. Oh, this is working out rather nice.
Can I change it?
Oh, I wouldn't do that. It's usually what's been said has been said. That's how prophecies work.
You didn't make it happen. It's not your fault. You didn't make
Well, it
any of this
sounds like I
happen,
did.
but you
That's what you
prophesied
told
it.
me it was. You said I said something and then it would happen. So that
No,
makes
you're
it my
not
fault.
making it happen. You just have the knowledge in your head. You just don't know it's there. You're a prophet. It means you know these things, and I believe in you.
I like this guy. He's very gullible.
All right. Yeah, so you reach Nick's door and you knock on it, and then you notice that there's a sign on there. It just says BBL, and underneath it says Drizzy.
What does that mean?
I knock again, but louder.
No response.
I think Drizzy has something to do with hot dogs.
You know what I said a few moments ago about how we didn't need to kill anyone.
We
I'm
don't.
reconsidering. I'm not really reconsidering, so please don't go kill anyone.
Where did it... What does it say? What does this mean?
You tell us, prophetess.
No, let's not play that game.
Where do you get hot dogs?
Probably at a hot dog stand.
Well, then we should go there. That's where he's at.
What about where we got those awesome treats yesterday?
I don't think they had hot dogs.
Wouldn't hurt to look.
I feel like we're
They
just
were
going to
very
start
filling and
walking
yummy.
around in circles again.
Yeah, I feel like when you've lost something, you should not go chasing after it when they are not aware that they're lost.
So, do we need to talk to Nick, or could we maybe...
Let's just
Head-
get into
Where
the.
else are we going to go?
I thought the
I'm
plan was
saying.
you were going to kill Nick.
No,
No.
we're not killing Nick. We're gonna make Nick
Feywild.
put Mom back into Mom's body.
And then we're gonna go to the Feywilds, my dude,
be
because then we
fair-
can get.
To be fair, I think
No, it's in my
a bit-
bag. You can't talk to me right now. It's in my bag.
I can hear you from inside the bag. I'm just letting you know.
Well, just as a quick note, I could wait here for Nick to come back, and if y'all wanted to look around town for someone that could, planar travel or get us to the Feywild, then we could have the next step ready to go by the time I make Nick do what I want.
I think all you have to do, is to separate the soul from the body, and that is fairly easy to do.
No, we want less of that.
Is it?
Oh yeah, you just.
Is
got
it
to-
easy? Is that easy to do?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
magic, Clyde?
But are we putting that soul back in the original body?
Oh, I'm sure it'll find its way there.
Oh no.
I don't think that's how that works, my dude.
He wrote a really good book about it. I would trust him.
Clyde, what is your... sorry, Heckle.
Yes,
No, it's Clyde. Heckle.
It's Clyde.
Clyde. What is your... how do you propose we separate the soul from the body?
The usual way.
By killing it?
I thought so. I thought that's what I was going to hear.
I'm gonna lean over to Cass. Could you maybe find some people in town that do magic and see if any of them are capable of getting us to the Feywild?
I could, if memory serves correct, there is a stretch between Var and Paravar that sits above the Feywild. Is connected. I don't know how we would travel, but I know it's connected somehow.
Between Va and like where I live. Do I live above the Feywild?
Maybe close. It isn't. It is a stretch of space.
Okay, so we just need someone who can cross that space.
Right. I don't know who though.
Well, maybe, a church that wasn't Zelene's or a different magic user in town.
Why not mine? Well, I don't know if they... I don't...
Well, we were just there and it didn't go productively, so...
Yeah, I could go back to Paravar and ask if anyone knows of a way. We don't all have to go.
So if we wanted to, split up and we can wait for Nick and some can go for some magic users and we can see if we can find someone to help us.
Okay.
Maybe take Fenwick.
I'll go with Cass.
Okay. Juro, you could go with me. That's fine. Wait. I think maybe I know someone. I would like to head to Rhoda's house.
All right, so you go to Rhoda's house.
I would like to knock on that door.
The door opens.
Is it
And-
Rhoda at the door?
Yeah, it's Rhoda.
Who am I seeing?
You are seeing an older Fontar that just kind of exudes a little bit of spiciness in general.
Okay.
Hi, Rhoda.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, this is an acquaintance of mine, Jura.
How do you do?
Jura, this is Rhoda. She's been in town for a very, very long time. Would you happen to know if it's possible for us to access the Feywild easily?
Everybody wants to do everything easily. Let me think on that. I might know someone I can talk to about that. She looks at you and she goes, "Dagger didn't work out, huh?"
I just kind of look at her, thinking, processing. Dagger. I don't think so.
Well, and Rhoda invites Cass in and says, why don't you have a seat? This is gonna get a little bit weird.
Okay, what is Jura okay to come in as well?
Oh, yeah. She was, when she said that, I was saying that more.
I just didn't want to assume, so.
Oh, I don't mind waiting, but I'll come in, thank you. Sits down close to Cass.
As you guys come in, she gestures at a flowery sofa that has lace doilies over its arms, gestures towards you guys to have a seat. She goes, make sure you stay on the plastic.
Of course, yes.
You see her just kind of roll her eyes, and she just kind of cocks her head back. She goes, if he knows anything about it, he'll be here in a second. You hear a bam come from behind. He goes, well, it's been a hot minute. Rhoda, how you been? It's been doing a bit. Anyway, I suppose these two are here for you, so I'll leave you to it. And you see this 6 foot, fairly bronzed man wearing all white, black hair down to his shoulders, and just has light for eyes looking at you. And he goes, well, let's hear the question.
Not trying to give too much backstory here, but we have an acquaintance who's lost her skin, and apparently the skin is in Pan Perdue. We need to get to Pan Perdue, but we have to go to the Feywild to get to Pan Perdue.
Well, yeah, because that's where it's at.
That's what I'm figuring out. How easy is it to access the Feywild? I know that there is a spot between Paravar and Var, but I wouldn't know the first thing about accessing the Feywild through there.
Well, it's easy. You just got to have been from there.
I have to do what?
Gotta what?
Have been from there.
Have been?
Oh, okay. So one of our other acquaintances is from the Feywild, so we could just walk right in.
Yeah, think of it like a key. Like,
I feel silly.
Like, say for instance, if you were to go through a door.
Do you understand how keys work?
I think yes.
Or for say for instance, it's like an ocean, right? You can go to that southern tip of a continent. You're gonna see where one ocean and another ocean connect, and it might seem like it's the same body of water, but it's actually two separate oceans. If you break it down on a particulate sort of level, you can notice that there are actually alchemical and pH differences between the two different bodies of water at where they meet, and thus they behave differently. It's very much the same with time and space, whereas time-space has its own particulate and phase energy makeup, so to speak. So if you were to transition from...
Rhoda, he is exhausting. Is this the right guy?
He knows his stuff.
Sure. I think we understand what you're trying to communicate. Does the native of the Feywild, do they need to be in their original physical body, or do they need to be in just... Is it just their essence that is needed to access the Feywild?
It's like the soul, because the soul is composed of the stuff from that time space. So it's like a...
That's hype. I think we have what we need.
Thank you, Rhoda. I do appreciate it. Sir, thank you very much.
That's perfect. Great answer. That's just what I wanted to hear.
We didn't want to waste your time.
All right, Cass, let's get out of here.
There's just too much going on.
All right. So you guys leave. You guys leave and head back. In the meantime, as we lift up and come back to the rest of the group, what's everybody else doing right now?
Sitting on Nick's step.
I am holding my sword.
Eb is repeatedly trying to get Fenwick to put his sword away.
I'm walking around the back of the house, seeing if I can find a way in, just casually.
Okay. As you guys are perusing the perimeter of this building, you notice Liev approaching the house, and oh, hello.
Weren't you at the inn that we were at?
Yeah, I play a role in civic government. I have to search this house.
Oh no.
What are you searching for?
Why somebody would kill him?
I didn't do it. I put my sword right away.
Are you
Was not me.
saying that the man who lives and works here
His name's Nick. He's a necromancer.
Is he not out for hot dogs right now?
Well, he was, but he got killed.
You know, that poor guy could probably use a necromancer.
Anyway, I gotta go in this house, so...
Yeah, well,
Excuse me?
We'll help you.
Excellent! And he just kind of reaches forward, just turns the knob. It's been unlocked. Push the door in as he goes in. You guys go into the house, and there are...
Eb is staying outside of this house.
Okay. Who is going into this house?
I.
Oh, I'm going in.
I guess I'll follow.
I'm following everybody else.
All right, so everybody but Eb goes into this house, and there's a brief moment of weightlessness as you step
Excuse
over.
me? The rat is also staying outside with me.
Fair. Well,
The
I'd
rat.
imagine being at won't let them have an actual existence outside of your bag.
Yeah, we get to be good friends.
So everybody except for Eb and the rat go into the house. You feel a momentary feeling of weightlessness in your stomach as you step over the threshold. And as you enter, you can't help but notice that this is a very disorganized house. And there's just papers and writing all over the place. That's what it looks like inside this house.
Yes, yep. Exactly what I was suspecting.
So how'd he die again?
Oh, he was, went out for hot dogs. And, according to, witnesses, he got in an argument and with somebody and they, shot him with a crossbow.
Oh no. When did that happen?
That's not how I would have done it.
We just left. What?
What sort of somebody?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out.
And a crossbow, you say? Just like was used earlier, isn't that right?
Earlier than what?
Didn't someone try to shoot, what's her name?
Me. They tried to
Yes.
shoot me.
Right.
Did somebody try to shoot you? Nobody reported it to me.
I wasn't there for it. My brother just told me about it.
They did try to shoot me, but it was more like a blow dart than a actual crossbow.
See, that's my brother for you. Completely unreliable.
So what are we looking for here?
I mean, we're just looking for clues, my man. Just looking for anything that would suggest why someone would shoot him with a crossbow while he's obviously out for hot dogs.
Like a signed letter that says, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, that would be ideal, but I'm
looking for that right now.
All right.
Nat 20.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
6.
Yeah, you don't find anything with a 6.
I want to start opening doors. I can help.
Everlene's gonna fly over to Zelene.
Yeah, very disorganized house, very frantic, pieces of yarn going across room, connecting points of writing from one wall to another. This very much, for the untrained eye, this basically looks a lot like somebody who was...
It looks like a mess.
It looks like a mess. To the trained eye, if you're familiar with how magic works, it looks like somebody who knew enough about magic to be able to try to put ideas together, but they weren't disciplined enough to be able to control the output, so to speak.
So I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I am trying to look like I know what I'm looking at.
Right.
And I have a pretty good idea what I'm looking at. Oh, why'd we ever go to this fellow in the first place?
He came recommended.
Because we didn't see the inside of his office.
He's a complete novice with a little bit of less novice. And a lot of, I don't know what even the word is for it.
Luck.
Luck, yeah.
He did bring the rat back to life.
By shoving apparently my birth mother's essence in there.
So what are we looking for now? What do I find in all this?
All right, Zelene. Look around and just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
It's a mess. I
That
really
it
should clean up
is.
more.
I mean, you're not wrong. You haven't been wrong yet, so...
I'm gonna look to see if I can find anything pertaining specifically to what was done to the rat.
Okay. Roll an investigation.
Nope. That's a 6.
Got nothing for you, man.
Yeah, I figured. Nope. I'm not finding anything.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I'll do an investigation check.
All right, what are you looking for?
Just looking for anything pertaining to what happened with the rat and my possibly potential mother? Question mark? Because we're still not sure about that. We agree, but we're still not sure about that. And that is a 16.
You find notes in regards to some arcane ritual about reanimating dead flesh with the life force of another being. They basically, you needed bits of both things to make it happen, so to speak.
Gotcha. Zelene. So I found some papers over here. So they say that you have to have a little bit of both. So my question is, where did Nick get bits of my mother to put into the rat?
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go over there and look at what she's looking at. What? It says they use bits of your mother?
It says you have to have bits of both, my dude. So I know a little bit about magic, working to be a wizard and all, and that's some shady stuff.
Is there a way to fix it?
That is above my pay grade.
Do you get paid?
No. That would be an expression, friend.
Do I see anything new in the papers that she's talking about, or?
What specifically are you looking for?
Well, she pointed out that to perform a spell we needed bits of both, and asked if I thought that they had used or where they got her mother from.
Okay.
She asked me that, so I'm looking for an answer.
That legitimately was a rhetorical question.
Well, she asked me a question. I gotta find out.
Okay, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Can I
6.
help her since
It's already got it.
It's too late. I rolled too fast.
Unless it depends. How do you intend on helping her, being as you already checked the papers?
by pointing out where I saw?
I will let you roll an insight check at disadvantage to see if you can glean anything else from going over it a second time.
Oh, no, I don't see anything.
Okay.
We're just over here staring.
Anybody else doing anything?
I'm gonna see if I can find anything that might be like a book or anything that might have some, I don't know, magical value to it.
Magical value, the guy says.
It's a very loose term.
Okay. Roll investigation for me, please.
It's a crit. Fail.
You find a black book.
Okay.
That is bound in a leather of unknown origin that has no markings on it. And there is a latch on it that has a lock, but the lock is open.
I just tuck it into my pocket for right now.
As you reach down to touch it, I need you to make a Constitution save for me, please.
Sure, I will. Well, that's better. That's a 19 plus Constitution plus 2, 21.
Okay. As you reach down to pick it up, you feel a presence, not like something touching you, but an actual other being crawl up the inside of your arm, and it touches the back of your brain just a little bit, and you can feel it as it caresses your core person just momentarily, and it just kind of withdraws itself back into the book as you put it away.
Right, we'll have to look into that later. not. I don't know what to say about that.
Should take a rain check on that for now.
Yeah, it's in my pocket. Just gonna leave it there for now.
Anybody else doing anything else?
I am looking very intently at everything. I have no idea what I'm looking at because I've never been in a place like this before, ever. But looking to see if there's anything that looks interesting.
Okay. Given how the mind works, typically, if you don't have something specific you're looking for, you're typically looking for patterns or specific words. So give me 3 things off the top of your head that you think that you'd be looking for, either words or picture-wise.
Fair folk, rat, and magic-y.
Magic-y.
Keeping in mind that I really don't know much about magic at all.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check. Just straight perception. Or not, no, investigation, sorry.
Investigation. 6 again.
All right. Yeah, you don't find anything. Sorry, man. I wanted to give you something. No, a lot of the stuff that you're poking through is pretty highbrow. There's a lot of receipts. There's a lot of receipts
For hot dogs.
Eb, what are you doing on the outside?
Well, me and this rat are best friends now. I've learned all of the things she knows. I told her about my best tea recipes, and we're just having a good time.
You probably know more about Everline than Everline does.
Just sharing stories. We started talking about children and what it's like, and terrible twos, and
Roll a persuasion check.
another dirty 20. Buy your dice from Chessex.
Holy
Thanks,
moly.
Eric, for not selling me these dice.
Wow.
Dang.
I hope you're out there and I hope you're listening.
Anyway, that's a heck of a roll. Yeah. You and the mouse are getting along pretty swimmingly. It's starting to tell you its memories as a fairy princess, and starts to tell you about how it had originally fallen in love with the Prince of Elves, and they had a romance that was frowned upon, and you begin to put two and two together that Everline was the product of this romance, and she was more stowed away for her own protection than abandoned.
It goes from, how could you do that, to, oh, I'm sure that was so hard. And they're mom bond. We're in it.
Meanwhile, back in the house, is anybody paying attention to Liev?
No.
Well, I'm just curious what he's looking for. I'm curious in the murder mystery part here. But I mean, I'm looking around trying to look like I know what I'm looking at, so I'm not looking at him necessarily.
I don't think I'm paying particular attention to him.
All right. Everybody who's in the house, what's your passive perception?
14.
12.
11.
12.
Jura?
I'm not in that house. I'm walking back from Rhoda's. Unless we've arrived at this point. I don't know if
by about this time, you guys probably would have been back by about this point. So you guys come in and you see the doors wide open, and there are people just ripping through this nonsense of a paranoid house.
Oh, you're back.
Yes.
So, good news and bad news. Which would you like first?
Bad. Always bad.
Yep.
Well, Nick's dead. Yeah.
We should hire a necromancer. Bring him back.
Yeah.
Someone made that joke already.
Oh, why are
He's
you
here.
all back? Hello. I thought you were all in the house still.
Oh, I am in the house. Someone left the door open. I was just walking by when you guys were talking.
All right.
So we are now raiding his house, and your boss is here too.
Well, apparently he's part of, I don't know, Neighborhood Watch or something, and looking for
Kind of got his
evidence.
fingers in, yes, everything.
I see.
Mm,
That's nice. Anything interesting? He was murdered today.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently over hot dogs.
Okay. What are we looking for?
But on the upside, I've made a new friend, so that's nice. Still doesn't know her name, so Do you want us to call you something in particular?
No, I think I'm good for right now. Just
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Mama Mouse. You know, yep. This is, yep.
Well, Mama Mouse, we actually have good news for you on that front. Cass and we spoke with a friend of Cass's, and there was a very long-winded individual who informed us that we just need her to be spiritually present to get to the Feywild.
I also took it.
Are you spiritually present?
again. Why would I know that?
You wouldn't. I'm just telling you that we have
No,
good news.
she literally asked.
I don't know.
I mean, I just kind of assumed that Eveline would qualify as someone from the Feywild, or has been
Oh, yeah.
to.
You're right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
She was likely born there. Well,
I would have.
probably, right?
I
She
answered
might
the
count
question
as
as
well.
I've heard the story now.
Oh, yes.
So that should work.
Good. Okay, so she doesn't have to be spiritually present then, if it matters at all.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming we'll bring you with us since you want to go home too.
So with the, unfortunate and rather unexpected death of Nick, are there perhaps people in the Feywild that could help sort this out? You're from there, so hopefully you have magic users or whatever that could potentially fix this.
Well, yeah, I there's like people who do magic and stuff there. Like everybody that does the magics in the Feywild.
Well, there's a difference between doing magic and doing the right kind of magic to fix this, but I'm assuming we'll be able to find someone. Yeah?
I mean, you gotta understand, Fey magic and y'all's magic, it's like a difference between an art and a science. Here, it's more of a science. Over there, it's a little bit more of an art.
I don't know that I'd call mine
fine.
quite a science.
We just need it to work, their magic to work for you. So,
Well, I mean, again, we'll find out, I guess.
I really appreciate the way you're taking this in stride.
It's not that I have much of a choice. It's you work with what you got because it's all that you got. That's why they call it the present, because it's a gift.
yes, we're so sorry this happened to you.
I mean, cool, man. It is what it is.
Do we need anything else from here, or could we go now?
I think we've got everything we can get out of this place. It's a right mess in there. And some of the stuff I would not recommend touching.
Okay.
I've got it right here in my pocket. So, would you like to have a look?
No, thank you.
I feel like you're simultaneously telling me to avoid something and also look at something, and I'm not sure what to make of that.
That is just precisely what I'm saying. I'm saying there's something in my pocket and I'm not sure what it is, and I don't like not knowing, but also I'm curious what it will do.
I don't think I'd be able to help.
Just push your hand into my pocket. And
no, I'm not going to do that.
I think we should move along.
Yes, I think perhaps find a well and just deposit the contents of your pocket there.
you never know, it might come in handy. You could ask the prophetess and see what she has to say about it.
I think we should go.
Yes, I'll do that. Starts walking through. Zelene.
What?
They aren't asking you to prophesy for them every 2 seconds now, are they?
They are, but I don't think I can or am. I haven't quite figured it out.
Just to be fair, I kind of put my head over close to you guys. I don't actually believe in prophecy, but it's a very useful tool. And then I slide away.
So where are you guys heading now then if you're not staying at Nick's house?
Oh, I think we'll make plans to head towards wherever the Feywild touches the continent.
All right. So you guys make a bit of a journey to the intersection. And it seems to have, it seems on an auspicious note, you make it to that junction right at the height of the summer solstice. And at that very moment, when you hit that point, it's almost like you are passing through what can only be described as a shimmer. As you step through said shimmer, the vegetation develops something of a magenta hue instead of green. And the sky is a light shade of lavender as you have stepped into the Feywild.
This has been Playing Games with Strangers, featuring the vocal talents of Amanda Clements, Ben Avery, Celeste Mora, Dave Clements, John Michael Bilezikian, Josiah Crandall, Katherine Bilezikian, and John Haryu as our DM. Edited and scored by Katherine Bilezikian. Thanks for listening.